How's it going, guys? I'm just gonna play this audio before we get started. It is powerful, guys. If you know about Eric Thomas, if you know, you know.
You're going to sleep and you don't deserve to be. You don't deserve rest. You lazy. You don't deserve rest. Rest is for people who work. You ain't doing nothing. Every day you chilling. You need to know your why, and my why wakes me up every single morning. You don't get it. Listen to me very closely. You can write everything down if you want to. Be brave enough to write every one of your goals down. But I'm going to tell you something. Life's going to hit you in your mouth, and you got to do me a huge favor. Your why has to be greater than that knocked out. At the end of your feelings is nothing. But at the end of every principle is a promise. Find a man who's diligent at what he does, and he shall stand before kings and not mean men. Every day you say no to your dreams, you might be pushing your dreams back a whole 6 months. That one single day, that one day you didn't get up, could have pushed your stuff back I don't know how long. The first level to success in life, listen to me, the very first level is you seeing it. Like it's clear to you. Like you know exactly what you want. You know exactly when you want it. Listen to me. You know exactly what it tastes like. You know what it looks like. You know what it smells like. Before you really blow up, and you get success, you literally have it in the palm of your hand without having it. You didn't come here to make friends. I don't even care if they respect me. I know who I am. Got enough respect for myself. I do not want them to beat me.
They're never going to beat you.
They came close to that.
Let me stop it there, guys. Guys, the reason why I played that audio, the reason why I shared Eric Thomas with you guys, because this guy is living it. He is living proof. He is walking it, talking it, and his why, oh my God, this is where it started for me. This is where the journey started for me. I thought I wanted to be successful, and 4 years ago now, I came across Eric Thomas on YouTube, and I was like, do you know what? I thought I wanted to be successful, but boy, no, I needed to go up a level. So, guys, tonight's purpose of this webinar is the Network Marketing Mastery webinar. So it's going to be me. I'm an international speaker and mindset performance coach. And alongside me, we have Jermaine Harris. Jermaine, you there? Jermaine? He's left.
Hello, Warren. I lost you there. I was just want to get excited, and I lost you, my brother. Well, guys, it's absolutely beautiful to be here. I'm Jermaine Harris. I'm a transformational coach and speaker, and similar to Warren, 4 years ago, I went through several transformations, and I'm still on that road of persistent improvement now. And my passion, guys, is sharing everything that I know with you guys. And if you're in network marketing, I know that you are 100% ready to make that move. And I've spent time with people from all walks of life, and some of the pictures you're seeing now is me spending time with some network marketers. In the top right there, we were dancing, we were singing, and just releasing energy and preparing ourselves to get ready for something like this, where we can learn from each other, learn from Warren, learn from myself, to really improve yourself, improve your life, and take action on whatever it is you want to achieve.
Powerful, powerful. Guys, as well, everyone that I collaborate with, these are hungry. Literally, it's like being around those people who want it is just as bad as you. So going from Jermaine to myself, guys, if you don't know who I am, my story is that it started 1,268 days ago. I was clinically depressed. I went through depression, and my upbringing was pretty bad. I went through things a child shouldn't see, and it resulted in me having a low self-worth, trying to fit in, trying to impress people, trying to just be liked. And then I played professional football when I was 16 at Bristol Rovers. thinking like the whole Drake thing, like I started from the bottom, now I'm here. But I was in a place where I wasn't fulfilled. And I kind of came to a place where I was like, is that it? Like, is that it? And everything from my past came out. And I fell right to bottom, like to ground zero. And this is when I was going through depression. And for me, when I was depressed, it was like I didn't think I'm going to grow up and be a speaker, or I'm going to go and grow up and be a coach. That was never on the agenda. This was just like for me, I was at a crossroads, and it was just to kind of end all the pain, or to find the root cause of why I was depressed. And in doing that, I've created my own philosophy. I understood exactly how the mind worked. And from that journey, it's weird. Like, it started off in America when I was coaching football over there. And it's all kind of like a fate sort of situation. Went to America, came across Eric Thomas, as I said on the YouTube video, and I realized that Eric Thomas had a story just like mine, but he was sharing it. He was sharing it in front of thousands of people, and I was thinking, this guy's crazy. Like, why would you don't share things like that things that happen behind closed door, they stay behind closed doors. And he was sharing it. But what I realized was that when I heard his story, I was on the edge of my seat. I could relate to what he was saying. And from that moment, I knew the power in your story. I knew it. Whereas before, my story dragged me down. I didn't want to tell anyone about my past. But in doing that, it kind of changed my whole life. I shared my story in a blog, and my social media went crazy. It went from 20,000 to went from 200 followers to 20,000, and I was getting messages from Australia, America, places where like I've never been before. But they were like, Warren, I don't know who you are, but I'm going through some depression right now. Or I'm going through this, and you've inspired me. Like you've opened up. And that was the start of me. That was on my start of my journey, when I knew that for me to get out of depression, I had to find a bigger purpose than myself. Because when you're depressed, you don't care about yourself, and you can't even do it for your family. So the purpose was that if I could overcome this depression, I could then show people and help people. So the goal back then was like, I need to help as many people as I can, and I had to put a big number on it. So I put 1 million lives, and I didn't have a clue on how I was going to reach these 1 million lives, but I just knew I had to. It was a must. So I came back from America, and I decided that I was going to be a speaker, and I moved to London with £400 to my name. I went to schools, colleges, universities. I went to Canary Wharf. I spoke to everyone. And I said to them, don't pay me a penny, hear me talk. And that was it. Because I knew that I worked on my mindset. I mastered my psychology. I was in a place where I knew that I could get results, but people they weren't going to believe me until they witnessed it with their own eyes. So I started to coach for free. And then from there, I turned it into a business. And I'm now the founder of the Fearless Speaking Academy, the 21-day program. Last year, I spoke in America, Bulgaria. So the transition, the change has been huge. I'm now in a place where I'm in control of my mindset, and I can dictate what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. As crazy as it sounds, like if you're new into self-development, it sounds crazy. So that's my Fearless Speaking Academy as well. But what really changed for me, the process, was mastering your psychology. Before I was depressed, I didn't have a clue about the mind. I didn't know what it looked like. I just thought if you were shy, you were shy. If you were confident, you were confident. That's life. Whatever cards you get, you just deal with. It wasn't until depression hit me and I realized that actually, do you know what? when I realized how the mind worked, I realized that who I thought I was, like who you think you are, isn't you. And it's quite weird, and it's a weird concept to get around. But when you were born, you didn't even have a name. Like your parents named you, or whoever raised you named you. And the language you speak, you didn't have a choice. Whatever country or whatever language your parents spoke, it was conditioned inside of you as well. And with language, all of those beliefs that you have. So when you say I can't do this and I can't do that, these are beliefs in the subconscious. So from a baby, you are conditioned. When the subconscious mind is created, it can't reject. So Jermaine, do you know when you're with your turning point?
Yes.
I want to share with, like, for example, like what was your routine?
So for me, it was when it comes to mastering my psychology. What is so interesting was, just to give you an insight into a little bit this portion of my life, guys. I was drinking at the age of 19. I was drinking 12 bottles of vodka and 12 bottles of wine every single week, and I was in a really dark place. I was spending money that wasn't mine. I was £30,000 in debt from credit cards, mainly to nightclubs and bookies. I was womanizing. I was in the wrong relationship, and I was letting my late grandfather down, the most important person in my life. It was in a really, really, really bad place. And the ironic thing about this is I had done A-level psychology, I was doing a degree in psychology, and I was moving on to do a master's degree in psychology. And I was doing all of these negative things. So it was there were two instances where the universe, God, whatever you believe in, tried to jump in and snap me out of it. I nearly died in a car crash, and I was totally static. It was a dangerous driver. It was his fault. And I had the whole cliched motivational speaker style awakening, I was going to change myself, change everyone else, really improve, really add value to people's lives. And I only lasted 2 weeks. I got pulled back by all of the same negative habits. And then almost a year to the day later, I nearly lost my leg playing that great sport, football. And my tibia shortened by 3.5 inches, and I ended up having to have my leg pieced back together with metal. And it was then, when I was sat there, and as Warren said, I really took notice of my routine, and I decided to master my psychology. And I started reading everything I could. When I was back on my feet, attended as many seminars as I could, watched as many videos as I could. And then during that transformational point, mastering my psychology came from learning and applying every single day. And not like a Wednesday, not like a maths class on a Wednesday, every single day. If I could learn something and apply it to improve my mind, that's exactly what I did.
Definitely. And it's like, like with that, it is that a lot of people, they go, it doesn't work because, and I'm saying to you, how often do you do it? And they're like, yeah, once a week. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
To master your psychology, to really, because for example, just say if you've had 20 plus years of conditioning, to master your psychology, you have to go against the grain. And when you're going against the grain, that voice, that voice you get in your head that says, what are you doing? That's not who you are, and talks you out of everything. You got to go against that boy or that woman, and you got to really. It's hard, but the why is what gets you through it. And it's like when you attach that why to it, what happens then is that I don't care what comes my way. You have to keep. There's no giving up. There's no plan B. And it's like you got to do it. So what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're saying, what you're doing every single day, it has to be consistent on what you want in this world, where you want to be. You got to start walking, talking, and acting as if you are already there. And it's like once you do master your psychology, you can then live that tailor-made life. Let's talk about the financial education. Like, how did you, Jermaine? Like, have you always kind of like, how did you come across financial education? Like, what was your meaning on money?
Well, I learned my money beliefs, as you so rightly said, those beliefs and how I'd been conditioned. So my mum, who I live with, just me and my mum, she was very much a case of, if there's a credit card available, use it, spend it. There was no future plan, if that makes sense. And I had obviously internalized that as that's absolutely okay. And without going too in depth into psychology, I had to break down some beliefs of the fact that if I was going against my mother, I was leaving some of the love of my mother. I was showing my mum that I loved her because I was engaged in the same behavior. So what I did was, as part of the 350 self-development books I read in 3 years, a large portion of them was financial education. And I really had to work hard on internalizing and acting on a lot of these concepts. So particularly when you're in business, when you're in network marketing, when you're starting your own speaking company, whatever it is, you have to have a financial platform in your mind. And whether it be from the richest man in Babylon or some more modern teachings, the idea of paying myself first was so insane. I was like, well, no, I got to pay my, I got to pay EE or the gas people, or I got to pay these guys first. So the concept of taking 10% from myself and that just staying there to build my financial reservoir was a whole new concept. But the financial education that we'll go through and some of the ideas we're going to share with the guys this evening and at later dates, you'll notice it's a great metaphor for some of the less tangible stuff, because you can act on it. I mean, either you're going to take 10% and pay yourself first, or you're not. Does that make sense?
Definitely. And like, do you know, with that as well, like my belief on money to start off with, like when I was younger, I believed that rich people were stingy. I believed that
Yes.
money was the root to all evil. I believed
Yes.
that you had to win the lottery to get £1 million. Like this was my belief on it. And I believe
Yes.
this is the deepest part. I believe that I had to trade my time. Like the best, like to get money, it had to
Yes.
feel like grafting. It had to feel like, oh, that's a long day's work. And I was
Yes.
working. I can remember working in Asda at the time, and I was working like 40 hours a week. 40 hours a week, getting paid £7 per hour, and
Yeah. An hour of human life, £7, right?
100%. And it's like thinking, but thinking, yeah, that's fine, that's cool, and being happy with that.
Yes, absolutely.
And it was
Being
like,
happy, and that's the thing. I mean, I was labouring for my family business, £40 cash in hand a day it was, and I can remember, and some days, I would be I live in Cardiff, and we'd be going over the bridge and working for hours and hours, and I get it, and that's just the way it was. That was the belief system, that was the people around me, and as you say, you're happy with it, which is so crazy. Now once you educate yourself.
exactly. And it's like once you educate yourself and you realize that actually money is just an energy, and you don't get paid for your time, but you get paid for the value you put into that time. So, for example, when you're a network marketing company, the more value you bring to that company, the more income that you get paid. And it's like rather than working for longer, it's like working smarter. And then I realized was that in society, the masses, if if an egg, no, if money represents an egg, is that the right way around? If an egg represents money and a chicken, okay. So, oh my god, where the hell am I going with this, guys? Guys, this is really, this is really good. So, guys, so if the money represents an egg, okay, and the employers are giving people the employees these eggs, and we use the egg, and we're always dependent on the employer to get the egg. What I learned through financial education was that I could create the chicken through doing something that I love. And this is why it's important that whatever you're doing right now, you love it, you enjoy it. Because once you create the chicken, you can then produce the eggs whenever you want. And how many eggs you want, you can produce them. It's like Richard Branson. You can take all of his money and assets away, give him a year, and he will be a millionaire, if not a billionaire again, because he has the process. And it's not the actual money, it's the process of how you make the money. Because someone could be making more money than you, but trading more of their time away. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's beautiful. I totally agree. I mean, and when you trade in time for it, it's just not a fair deal. It's just not. It's just not a fair deal. What a fair deal is, as you said, is giving as much value as you can. Imagine a point where yourself, your downline, your whole team, everyone you deal with, you're so trusted, you're in love with everyone. you've got that two-way loving relationship with people. You are the person that they think of when they're thinking of that product or that service. You go to them, you give them a crazy amount of value, and in your old job, you have to work 100 hours for that one transaction.
Mm. It's powerful. It's powerful, and it's like with the study with studying financial education as well. With that concept, it's just like you become more effective at what you do, and the more effective at what you do, you can then build a solid downline of people that are working with you, where you know the concept that is that you don't even need to know everything. You just need to be that leader in showing people the vision, the incentives, and this is how you get the effect of when everyone's on the ship, everyone's rowing together. So it's going down to becoming so effective at what you do. And this is why it's important that you love what you do. Because when you love what you do, you can do it 7 days of the week. Is that correct, Jermaine?
Oh, that is 100% correct. I mean, I'm a golfer, Warren, and when I was studying Tiger Woods, and of course, there's talent there, yes. However, Tiger now, there's a lot of amazing young golfers out there. He totally changed the game when it comes to practice. 12 hours every single day, 7 days a week, so he could become so effective at what he does. I mean, and that skill, that idea, that concept, you can translate across the board.
And that's it, guys. So whatever network marketing company that you're in, you've got to love it. You've got to enjoy it. You've got to enjoy speaking to people. You've got to be a people's person. You've got to love being around people, And then it brings us on to the last one, was something that I had to do, was observing people, realizing that it's about catering for people's needs. And the more that you observe people, then you can give them what they want. And it comes with your downline and building that team. When you observe people, you know that everyone wants to be celebrated. Everyone wants to be acknowledged. Do you know, like, if you saw a picture back when you were in school, who is the first person that you look for? It's yourself, right? And that's the same with everyone. People are emotional beings. It's all like they're in a place where, like, in their life, their world revolves around them. So when you know that, you can celebrate people and acknowledge people, and it's not I, it becomes we. And when you have we in that team mentality, this is when you build a phenomenal team. Do you have anything to add on that, Jermaine?
Yeah, and you can always I like to use the word enroll. You can enroll people into an idea. You can enroll people into a vision. So, and a powerful word when you're working with people and getting people to join your team. And once they're inspired, you can just use a simple word, and that word is let's. Rather than I'm going to go and do this, or you can go and do that, you can say let's go and build something phenomenal. Does that make sense?
Powerful, yeah, definitely. Let's go to the next slide then. So common questions that we both get. I'm struggling with consistency. You see a lot of people in network marketing, and they are like all guns blazing when they first join, and then 2-3 weeks it kind of fizzles out. Or what happens then is that they kind of get demotivated because they haven't had the same success as when they first started. Also, as well, having that fear of failing. A lot of people want to be perfect at everything that they do, and because they have that fear of failing, it holds them back. I get demotivated when I hear the word no. So, for example, a lot of people, like, when they hear the word no, they take it personal. Guys, whenever you hear the word no, please don't take it personal, because they just can't see what you can see. And in fact, that no then stands for next opportunity. And the thing is, the more that you work on communication skills, you can then see from where they're seeing, and then take them from where you're seeing. And when they see when they can see from the same perception as where you can see, they're on board. Jermaine, do you ever get people asking you, like, I feel uncomfortable selling, especially to family and friends?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this journey started for me actually when I went to work in sales, and I was deep into these 350 self-development books that I was reading, and that communication, the sales strategy, that type of thing, that the discomforts, how to deal with discomfort kept coming up. So people within the team that I had just joined were saying, "Oh, Jermaine, I understand that you're interested in educating yourself on this type of thing. How can I get more comfortable with selling? How can I do it?" Such a common question. And now when I move back into working with network marketers, they say, "Oh, Jermaine, I just can't do it. I can't sell. I'm uncomfortable. My heart rate this. I'm sweaty palms. All these things." And so what I say, well, how do you think that I quote unquote sell my books or sell my services? So it's not really like selling. Once you are quote unquote sold on your idea, your product, your services, all you are doing, particularly with family and friends, is sharing something you know they should have. I mean, if you had this phenomenal pill that made you feel amazing every day and health, wealth, and happiness came to you just by taking this pill, would it be uncomfortable selling it to people or family and friends? The answer is no, of course. So there's no need to feel uncomfortable. Sell yourself on the product or service, enjoy it, use it, feel amazing about it, and then all you're doing is being true to your human energy and sharing something amazing with other humans.
Exactly, exactly. And with that is wow, it's realizing that what you have, the opportunity that you have, is more valuable than whatever they're parting with. For example, just say if it's a health-based product, your true health is your wealth. So therefore, when you kind of like put it down to the fact that you are improving their health and they're just going to give you X amount of money, but money comes and goes, but your health doesn't. So once you're sold on that story, once you can justify it, you believe in your products, you believe in your service, you believe in the opportunity of the model, the network marketing company that you're in, it's a no-brainer. And then when you see it from that angle, you're relaxed about it. It's like recommending Pizza Express. You don't get uncomfortable recommending Pizza Express because you know that you're not getting anything from that situation. So you need to have that same approach whenever you're selling as well. So I get nervous approaching prospects. So Jermaine, someone's like they've just joined Forever. They've just joined a network marketing company, and
Yeah.
they go out and approach people, and they're nervous, man. What advice? What would you give them? What advice would you give them?
Well, first of all, I start with a question that I would know the answers to. I would ask them what images they're making on the screen of their mind, and what are they saying to themselves, and where are they holding their bodies. It's like the Holy Trinity in my eyes of confidence, happiness, motivation, these things. So if you're nervous about something, and I realized this in my own life when I was looking to run the half marathon, when three physios told me I couldn't do it, I was making images on the screen of my mind of me doubled over in pain. I was saying things to myself like, I can't do this. The physios were right. I'll never be able to do something like this. And I was holding my body, shoulders down, chest down, chin on my chest. So if you flip that around and you're looking to approach a prospect, and the image you've got an image on the screen of your mind of them saying, "No, I'm not interested." The self-talk is, "Oh, maybe my uncle, my negative uncle was right. Maybe this is a scam. Maybe no one wants to hear about this. No, you haven't got the communication skills. You can't sell." And then all of a sudden you notice that your shoulders are down, you're hunched over, and you couldn't even sell someone a check of £500,000 in that state. So I would coach them to move to the other side. As Warren said, sometimes you have to recondition yourself. Condition yourself to use positive self-talk. Take the real you, because that is the real you. The real you wants to be positive. So I can't wait to share this amazing idea, this amazing opportunity with someone else. On the screen of your mind, see them smiling. See the true you, having a great time, having a great conversation. And then you put yourself in a body position where your biochemistry will respond, where your shoulders are back, your chest is up, you look like someone that they want to speak to, and all of a sudden you've forgotten what the word nervous even means.
I love it, love it, love it. And also, guys, as well, it's just we've been conditioned to fit in, to impress. But what happens is that we have to really, once you understand the mind, you then realize that actually what's a fear and what's danger. So, for example, just say if you're going to approach a prospect, the likelihoods of you dying in that situation are minimal. So, when you know that, it doesn't matter on what they say. It doesn't matter because the more times that you do it, you then become comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. And then you start meeting strangers and you start greeting them you create can't speak tonight. Like you greet your friends. Because once you have that same physiology as when you speak to your friends, it then becomes from awkward to then normal. So, Jermaine, people that have self-doubt purely from they get a lot of people criticizing them, saying, "Yeah, it's a pyramid scheme. It's this, it's that."
Yes.
So,
Well, a big. Go on.
carry on.
No, I was going to say a big part of that is again being unsure about things and not being conditioned to a point where it's automatic for you, where a negative voice. So if I wanted to cross the street, I've been walking for 26 years now, and I'm fully aware of looking left and right and making sure that it's safe. And someone said to me, "Oh, people die, people get knocked over every single day." I wouldn't have any self-doubt because I'm so confident in myself. I've done it so many times, even though that negative fact is in fact the reality where people are getting knocked over. I'm so confident in myself that I would just cross the street. However, if you haven't immersed yourself in the amazing opportunity and you haven't got, as you said, Warren, that conversational style as if you're talking with family and friends, then that negative potential, even though deep down you know there is truth, you know it's not a scam. You can see the vision. You know it's not a pyramid scheme. You know you can build a team and help others. If you're not totally conditioned on the idea, just like crossing the street safely, then that self-doubt will come back in. And what I call the little voice will start to win. And that little voice, if you start to let that little voice win, that's when you start to go down the wrong path. However, if you've got the presence of mind, the passion, the persistence, and the consistency to laugh at the little voice, realizing it's just trying to keep you where you are, keep you in your safe little box, you can laugh at it and say, no, remove the doubt. And when you've done this enough times, you do this, same as anything, you do this 1,000 times in a row, time 1,001, it just will be a non-starter.
It becomes like walking, right?
Exactly.
And like
Exactly.
talking about that voice in your head. When you get that voice in your head, change like the tone of how that voice is speaking to you. Like give it like a Donald Duck. What happens then? Did you like my Donald Duck?
Yeah, I liked it.
But but the thing is though, once you put funny voices on that voice that you get, and then when you hear the funny voice, you then don't take it seriously. And
Absolutely.
it's like the more times that you do it, it then becomes like walking. It's like that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's the process of that you're making the mind realize that there's no doubt in it. It's just that's it. It's walking. It's talking.
Yeah. And to expand on that, you can play tricks with the mind. Warren, as you know, the mind is just phenomenal. You can work out where that little voice is coming from in your head. If it's on the right-hand side, the left-hand side, in the middle. So you can take it to Donald Duck, and then you can move that voice and let it talk to you from your thumb. And then it becomes even funnier.
Exactly that. And another question as well. A lot of people, they're like, do you know what? I'm doing really well in network marketing, but my downline, man, is Sue. She's just not staying motivated. Like, Jermaine, what are you going to say about that? How do you get your downline? How do you get your team on the same sort of page as you?
Yeah, exactly. And what I like what you said about observing people, Warren. I totally agree. So if we're talking about Sue, and you observe Sue, and you realize that she lights up when she talks about building something her 3 kids can be proud of. You remember that conversation, and then all of a sudden, 5, 6 weeks down the line, she's received 150 no's. She's talking about people saying it's a scam. Her mum and dad didn't want to sign up, and she doesn't even mention the 3 kids anymore. So what you can do, you can bring her back to what's important. You can bring her back to, through your observation, you know that her why is building something her 3 kids can be proud of. So with just casual conversation, you can bring her around to her why without having to be too evangelical about it or too harsh about it. You can bring her around, say how are Tom, Billy, and Susie, the 3 kids, and then as she starts to talk about her energy will lift, and then you say, correct me if I'm wrong, Sue. The whole idea is taking this amazing opportunity and building a legacy that your 3 kids can be proud of. And then all of a sudden the motivation will start to rise. And then you're in then. And then you can really talk to her about building something based on that why, using that why as fuel. And as you know, Warren, once you're in touch with that why, you're using those emotions. If you can transfer, and when you transfer that into your team, magic really starts to happen.
It's powerful. And also as well, guys, you've got your business, okay? What I find with a lot of people that are in network marketing, they're eager to take anyone on board. So, for example, what I would do in this situation is this: I would set the standard straight. Like, you see a lot of people that say, "Oh my God, you just have to work 3 hours a week and you can earn this money." Like, really kind of tell them how it is. It's not like, if you go into network marketing and you want to be financially free, you've got to go at it. You've got to know the products. You've got to be about it. So whenever I bring someone into the business, I say like my time is valuable. Like, your time is so valuable. Like, you can be planning people for weeks on end and then they just give up. And then you just wasted all of that time. So once you make that clear from the start, once you add a standard for people to join your team, they've got to be into self development. They need to know the power of self development, the mindset. Once you put this in place, you then get people. You get the quality rather than the quantity. You get the quality where you're all kind of singing from the same hymn sheet. And that's where it is. It's adding the value in your bit. You know how amazing your company is, so add value to it. And it's like dating. If you become really needy and you get everyone on board, it's like you're with people that are not genuine, their whys are not put in place. So it's like a chicken. You're always lifting them up, but they're falling back down. Lifting them up, falling back down. Get the people who are flying with you. Add that standard to your team.
Yeah, and I'm actually living this, guys, in my speaking business right now. I mean, I haven't collaborated with many speakers. I don't do many webinars with people until I realize that their energy, their passion, their power, their vision, where they're going is at least at the same level as mine. And that is what I found with Warren, and that is why I'm so privileged to be sat here talking with him right now.
Do you know, it's vice versa. It's like, do you know, time is valuable. Time is valuable. So who you are, like, you can, like me and Jermaine, we talk together and we're like, okay, we're gonna go and achieve this. We're gonna achieve this. And these goals that we're talking about, they're huge. But none of us are going, do you know what? You can't do that. Or, are you sure? Like, we're pushing each other, and that's what it's about. It's about, in your team, when you get together, you're going, let's go and do it. Let's make it happen. It's a must. Okay, this is the powerful thing that I want to talk about next, is your why. So Jermaine, what's your why? What gets you up before your alarm clock? What gets you up at 3 a.m.?
Yeah, well, what gets me up at 3 a.m.? Well, when I was writing my book, it was 3:30 a.m. every single day for 12 weeks. And my why then was very similar to yours, was to empower as many people with the information I had in my head before I left this planet. And it's grown in recent months, I guess. I've got an 8.5-month-old baby, and obviously that become sort of a visual of young humanity and how humanity needs the information that I've got in my head, and how many people I would like to empower, how many people I will empower. And when I open my eyes in the morning, the gratitude that comes from knowing I can live into that why, it's just like a fire. It's like someone lit a fire underneath my behind to get me out of bed. And we had the challenging news, like, sort of my why gets deeper. I know you like the emotional energy of the why, so I'll share that with you. When my son was 4 weeks old, he was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. So it all became really, really real then, in as much that, okay, financial freedom is a must. And it's not just about time freedom now. It's about being in a position where cystic fibrosis is an expensive condition to treat. So the NHS might not be able to afford a cure. So my speaking business, the value that I've added, if they come to me and say, Jermaine, we found a cure, but the NHS can't afford it, it's £500,000, I can say, thank you very much, I'll write you a check. That's my why.
That's powerful. And this is exactly why Jermaine keeps on succeeding. This is why Jermaine's consistent every single day. It's because he's connected to an emotional why. So ask yourself, who means the most to you in your life? Think of those people right now. What do you want to provide for those who you love most? And guess what? When your why becomes bigger than yourself and your family, and it becomes adding value or serving others, it takes on a whole new different ball game. Just imagine if that house was on fire and it had your family in it. You don't think, you do. You don't think, you do. Because the why is so emotional that if you don't, it has a negative consequence. So what happens then is that the bigger your why, the smaller the obstacles. Do you know that noise that distracts you or gets you off track? You don't hear that noise when you are tuned into your why. Like the reason why I've been consistent, I've sacrificed my old life, is because I want to give a life to my children, my family that I never had. I grew up on a council estate. And if you know that, if you know the council estates, you know that it's known for criminality, it's known for drugs. I don't want my family to go through that. I want to break the cycle. I want to help other people to do the same. Like, just guys, just think about this, okay? You become successful in your network marketing company, okay? You become financially free. How many people can you help? And when you are like, when someone says to you, like, you've changed my life, you've added value to my life, that emotion, you bottle that. This is the why. This is the emotional motivation. So when it gets hard, you don't give up. You don't slow down. You keep on going because you are connected to that why. And guys, when you look at, we get 28,000 days in an average lifetime. We spend 25 years sleeping, 10 years in a job that we don't like, and all of these statistics. When you break it down, how much time do you get to spend with your family? How much time do you get to spend with your loved ones? And this isn't a luxury, this is a must. So guys, when you see that, when you can see that why as well, especially these guys as well, when you can see that why on your wall every single day, your legacy, to provide your family with the best healthcare, best education, when you can reach 1 million lives, when you can feed people when you can help people that can't afford to help you back, when you're seeing that every single day, you can't be distracted. You really...
Yeah, guys, and one of the... Oh, sorry, Juan, go on. I was going to say that, guys, one of the favorite things I ever heard, and you really can do this within network marketing, and that is the object of life is not to live forever, but to create something that will.
That's powerful. And that's it. It's like once your purpose becomes bigger than you then have this abundance of energy. Like a lot of people say, Warren, where'd you get the energy from? Or I don't have the energy. We all have the same amount of energy, guys, but it's your desire that triggers it. And I promise you do it right now. If you write your why and you put it on your bedroom wall, somewhere where you see it every single day, watch your energy go up as well. Watch your enthusiasm. You'll be so consistent. It won't be, oh, I would like to be financially free, or I'd like to do well in network marketing. No, I must. Plan B doesn't exist. So which brings us on to the theory of financial freedom is a must. I believe that when they abolished slavery with chains and they took the chains off, they kind of then enslaved us with debt, money. And you find with financial education, they use really long words, different jargon that the masses don't understand. And we don't get taught this in school, so therefore we trade our time for money, while the CEOs think different. So with the financial freedom, like, guys, just imagine, like, we associate seeing the world maybe as a luxury, but it's a must. Before you die, you should get to see the world. It's a must. You should be able to, like, if God forbid, if someone was to get ill in your family, you should be able to provide them with the best healthcare. With your family, you should, like, the majority of the time you should be spending it with your family. Like, it's a must. And with financial freedom, by doing something that you love, you can gain that time back. Like, Jermaine, what's your opinion on the financial freedom part?
Yeah, and for me it is a must. When you really get in contact with it being a must, then it's important that your daily rituals, your daily habits, really get in contact with that. So if I'm out there, I've got a health product, let's say, and I'm telling people that financial freedom is a must, but then I'm only speaking to 3 people a week, sharing the amazing opportunity with. then I'm not really in line with my belief that financial freedom is a must. So
Exactly.
when you start to live into it, so if I say I'm going on holiday to I'm flying from Gatwick to Barbados on Saturday, and the flight leaves at 8, I must be at the airport to catch the flight. So for you to get your metaphorical flight to financial freedom, you must show up every single day. And then you're on that journey. So I am not financially free yet. However, I am on very much on the path. I had to make a conscious decision. And what I do all day, every day, sometimes I forget that you have to sleep. Sometimes, I've got my beautiful partner in bed and I'm down here working or whatever the case may be. I forget that it's bedtime because financial freedom is a must. And I'm very much on that path. So you have to behave like you're on that path and you'll live on that path.
100% as well. Guys, the reason why I say it's a must, once you can justify it in your mindset, it then becomes like, I must eat. Like, you never say, I'm not going to eat today, or I'm not going to eat for a week. You have to eat, right? Or you can't say, I'm not going to pay rent this month. No, I must pay rent. Otherwise, my family's out on the streets. So when you say, I must, and it's a must, your standards in life then raise. It doesn't become a luxury, because what happens is when you say I would like to be, if you don't get it, you'll find an excuse. But with musts, they don't have excuses. So a lot of people join network marketing companies and they've come from a 9 to 5 mindset, a nine to five background, and they jump into a network marketing company where it has no limits on what you can earn, but they approach it with a 9 to 5 mentality. So therefore, when they don't see the money coming in straight away, they assume that they're a failure. So this is why it's vital that when you make that change into network marketing, you treat it like you are self-employed. And then you remove those limitations, those limited financial beliefs. Because once you remove the financial beliefs, you then earn more. Like, as much money as you earn right now, that's a belief inside your mindset. If you want to earn more, you have to create a new belief system. So as you can see, the Ferrari at the bottom, the Ferrari represents the network marketing model. Okay, it's a Ferrari, right? You can go as fast as you want in it. But in order to get the efficient use out of that Ferrari, first you must believe and use the products or service. But you must drive that Ferrari. You must know how to drive that Ferrari. Jermaine, have you got anything to add with the 9 to 5 self-employed mindset? Hello?
Hello, sorry, when I lost you then, brother. Say again.
I said, have you got anything to add with the 9 to 5, the transfer? Like, do you know when you first
Yes.
net marketing?
Yes, yeah. Well, that the I like the Ferrari analogy. So what I'd like to add is the idea that okay, it's a Ferrari. You can go as fast as you want. It's a high performance vehicle. It's an amazing thing. This network marketing opportunity you've got. However, if I jump in that Ferrari, yeah, and I put my foot to the floor, I lift the clutch out and I put my foot to the floor, or I've left the handbrake on, it really does a lot of damage to the car and the car doesn't go anywhere. That handbrake is you not working on your mindset, not working on your self-development, not believing, using, and delving into the products and services and really living into the idea of how amazing it is. You don't want to have a high-performance vehicle with a handbrake on. You can take the handbrake off by working on your confidence, working on your communication skills, working on your mind, working on your amazing understanding and use of the products, working on your leadership skills. Then the handbrake is off, and then bam, 200 miles an hour.
Exactly, guys, as well. If you're not writing this down, if you haven't got a pen and paper, go and get a pen and paper, guys. It is vital that you write this information down, guys, because success leaves a trail, guys. We've dedicated our lives to this. Now it's like we're reading. Jermaine's read over 350 books. We're doing this every single day. The knowledge that we're sharing, guys, is priceless. So, guys, from the Ferrari, you have to know the mindset. So, for example, you can get two people join the same network marketing company, one do really well and one drop out after the first 2 weeks, and it's down to your mindset. So it's understanding the mind, realizing that you have the subconscious and you have the conscious mind. And the subconscious mind controls the things that you do without thinking, i.e., your heart, your internal organs, walking, talking. So a lot of people have beliefs that were conditioned when they were a child and they are still living. I.e., for example, just say if you believe that money was the root to all evil, all of these beliefs, they're still in the subconscious mind. So therefore, if you believe that it's the root to all evil, your mind wants to keep you alive. So therefore, it doesn't want to go, it doesn't want financial freedom. And just like, for example, just like the MacBook, the subconscious mind is like the storage place. It stores everything and it can't reject. It must accept anything the conscious mind feeds it. And it's the repetition. It's something that you do over and over again, and it then becomes a belief, a habit, a paradigm in the subconscious mind. So a lot of people say, do you know what? I'm shy, Warren. It's like, no, you're not shy. That's just a program in the subconscious mind. You wasn't born shy. Or some people say, like, you see little girls that are scared of the dark, or little boys that are scared of the dark and they're 5 or 6 years old. But actually, they were born in the dark. They spent 9 months in the womb. So that scared of the dark has been conditioned or passed on by somebody else. So a lot of it comes down to is like, you really have to understand your true identity. And when you know your true identity, you then know your worth. You then know that you become you're 1 in 7 billion. And when you really, as cheesy as it sounds, but when you really take that on board, that you are 1 in 7 billion, you walk, talk, and act unique. You stop trying to impress people, you start to express who you are. So it's about understanding the mind and realizing that if you don't control your mind, then somebody else will. And it controls your perception of how you see the world. Like how you see the world right now isn't the world. It's just your perception. If you want a different perception of the world, change what you do every single day. Change your belief system. And how you do it is by you setting up an environment in your household where you're seeing it, you're saying it, and you're saying it with conviction. Guys, whenever you say an affirmation, don't just word it out. You got to say it with conviction and from the heart. And you got to use your physiology. You got to go there. And developing the confidence as well. Like the more confident that you are, you can then do it like, it's like you don't get those nerves. For example, if I'm speaking on stage, the more confident that I am, I have no fears because I'm confident in my ability, in what I do, and what I'm providing. And this can all be conditioned in the subconscious mind. So being effective in network marketing, it's about mastering the mindset, understanding that the questions you ask yourself, your mind will answer it whether you like it or not. So therefore you ask good questions. Your emotional management of how you manage your emotions, like how you feel is a direct kind of result from the thoughts that you're thinking. And we call them emotions, but they're actually vibrations. So right now, guys, if you was to imagine that you was on the beach somewhere, just imagine that you're on the beach in that favorite location on holiday, wherever you are, feel it, feel the sand in between your toes. How are you feeling? You see, your mind has just went there and you've produced that emotion. And that's exactly how the mind works, is that you can then control how you feel by being aware of what you're thinking. Do you want to add on that as well, Jermaine?
Yeah, I like the word aware. I love it because if you're going to change anything, you have to become aware of it first. So if I was 5 pounds overweight, I'd have to become aware of that first. So you have to. So I'm not into, guys. I'm not into positive thinking for the sake of positive thinking. Yeah. So my partner Katie, she loves a tidy kitchen. Yeah. So if it's messy, and I've been, cooking up a storm and there's oil everywhere, and I can't walk in there, close my eyes and be like, it's clean, it's tidy, it's clean, it's tidy, it's clean, it's tidy. I have to clean and tidy it. Yeah, your mind is the same, so you have to be aware of things. Oh, I'm not too confident in that area, judging by what I'm saying to myself, judging by what I'm visualizing in my mind. I'm not really that confident there. So once you're aware of it, then what do you do? Just like the kitchen, you go and you tidy it up, you recondition, you work on your confidence, you master the skills, you change your perception, you manage your emotions, and then all of a sudden, you get so proficient at it when you share the opportunity, when you work with your teams, when you work with your downline, you become so effective and so efficient. Your phone is ringing off the hook because people want to come and hear about your opportunity.
I like that. Guys, make sure you're writing this down, guys. Take notes, write pages as well. And also as well, going back to money as well, how much you're earning right now is a belief. You don't earn more and you don't earn less. That's a belief that you have currently inside the subconscious. Like, for example, when I went into coaching, I was doing it for free. I came from a 9-to-5 mentality. I was coaching for free and I felt really bad for charging for my coaching services. I didn't believe that you could get more than, I don't know, £20 an hour for coaching. I thought it was like, it was a limited belief that I had. But once I changed that belief by justifying it in my head and knowing that the results that I was getting for my clients was more valuable than whatever money they were parting with, once you can justify that, it then becomes a new belief. And this is why a lot of people who win the lottery, what happens? They win the lottery, they can get like £6 million. But on average, over 6 years, they then lose it all, purely because of the belief they have on money. And this is why it's vital that you're investing in you first before anything else. When you invest in you, you become more effective at what you do. People's successes is not fluke, it's not luck. It's down to the work that they do behind closed doors.
Absolutely, 100%. I was sharing the Ed Sheeran story with Warren. Ed Sheeran, he seemed a little bit like an overnight success, but before he really got his break, he did 300 gigs in 280 days, sleeping in rough, sleeping in hostels. He loved what he did. He knew that he could make people feel good with his music, so he kept going, and eventually he seemed like an overnight success.
That's powerful. Do you know what we're going to do now? We're going to get someone live on who's in a network marketing company. Let's see who's brave. Guys, if you want to come and speak right now and talk about what you do, anything that's holding you back, any questions that you want me or Jermaine to answer, put your hand up. Be brave. How badly do you want it? How badly do you want to be successful in your company? Who's going to put their hands up? Oh, come on. Who's got
it? We won't bite, guys, I promise.
Guys, if you don't put your hands up, I'm going to play Russian roulette. Why are you listening, guys? Why are you listening tonight? What do you want to get from tonight? Put your hands up. Let's speak. Let's talk. Let's coach you as well. Let's do it. Okay, love it. We've got Rowie. Rowie, turn your mic on. You're in the house.
Hi, guys.
How's it going? You okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Hey.
I'm good, thanks. Thank you so much. I've gained so much. You give me some wonderful tips and everything. I do have a question. I was just wondering, I'm at the moment, I'm doing for a living, so I'm doing network marketing, but I'm just wondering, I'm also, as Warren knows, I've kind of got the confidence up to discover my true passion as well, and I'm setting up my own business alongside it, but I'm kind of tailoring it, I'm mingling the two together, where I'm working, helping people to set up businesses with, and also do Forever Living at the same time. But my kind of question is that I kind of want to, what's the word? I haven't really been doing Forever Living for that long, but I kind of want to set it, I'm not so much set it to a side, but I want to kind of still work on it because my team is growing, but to kind of go there weekly and kind of to be able to have more time to focus on my actual passion and put what's it called? So basically, I'm still going to be recruiting people and stuff. But when I do that, I'm going to have like weekly team meetings with my team, and get them, because they're quite high up, get them to kind of take on board the new members and stuff and show them what they know. And obviously, as you know, with Froden, we have the weekly webinars and stuff like this. So my question is, yeah, do you have any advice on that? Or yeah.
Jermaine, you want to go first?
Hello?
Yeah, I think it's a great place to start would be what Warren was saying about effectiveness. So you don't always have to work ridiculously hard, even though a lot of us have that belief. We're conditioned with that belief. So someone might think, okay, yeah, you've got to work 10 hours a day on this, 10 hours a day on that, 10 hours on business 1, 10 hours on business 2, sleep for 4 hours and go again. However, if you dedicate yourself to self-study, work out where you're effective, you can take advantage of the 80-20 rule, the 80-20 principle, where you will realize that 20% of your efforts are making 80% of results. And if you can really study yourself and study your actions, study your results, to working out what 20% those are, you can really shift the time and energy in any direction you want.
It's a great answer.
That is amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for that advice.
Yeah, Rory.
You're welcome.
That's amazing. Thank you. All right, take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
What I was going to add to that as well is that have a financial goal of how much you want to create in a month, and use the network marketing company as an asset. So therefore, know how much money you want to earn from that company and do what is required to get that much money income from. So therefore, it's making it like, for example, with network marketing, you can build it around your other businesses as well, and it's creating that community. So therefore, your people in your team become like friends, or if not family, and it loses that work mentality, that work attachment to it. Let's get another person online. AJ, are you ready for this, AJ? Put your hand up if you're ready. Any questions, guys? Or guys, let's do this. If you want to sell whatever it is that you do online, and we do a coaching session, I'll be the prospect, and you can sell me your service, and then we'll find pointers on where you can approve what you did well. Who's up for that? Okay, we got Farah.
Wow.
Farah, turn your mic on. We've got 30 people and no one's putting their hands up apart from Farah. Where's Farah? Farah? Hello? I like this is like live. This is like, oh my God, technical issues. Farah?
It's like live TV, right?
I know, I love it. Farah, we can't hear you. I can't hear you. Let me meet you up again. Let me see. Guys, come on, who's going to come out? Who's going to be brave? Who is going to be, how badly do you want this? Come on, guys. You don't even have to ask a question, just say something. AJ, yes. AJ. How's it going, AJ?
Hello. How you doing, bro? You alright?
How's it good, man?
Hi, AJ. Good to hear you, brother.
Hi.
So,
Listen, you guys are just giving me great insight. I've just been listening, and I'm loving everything. I do. I'm in Paycation, so it's a travel business.
yeah.
But it's an amazing opportunity, where you can travel the world at discounted prices. As you know, there's the network marketing side, and I'm when I joined up with Paycation probably about 5 months ago. My team is kind of building,
Yeah.
so that's doing all right. But then my thing, when I first saw the opportunity, I saw it at a home event, and then I decided within myself that I was going to start running my own events. So everything that I did was leading up to that, and I launched my own events at the start of November. So we ran all the way through up until Christmas. I haven't restarted them just yet. We'll probably do that maybe the end of this month, beginning of February. But everything since I've been involved with the business was as I say, my main goal was to launch an event. So I became kind of stagnant with regards to recruiting, and I kind of took my focus off of that. So just tapping back into all these different motivational inputs and outputs is really helping me to kind of build myself back up to the recruiting aspect, if that makes sense.
Definitely, yeah, it does. It does make sense, AJ. With how do you find recruiting? Do you find it hard, awkward?
Kind of, yes, because now I've taken, like, my focus shifted from that. So initially, I came home and I signed up pretty much all of my family, and then a few close friends. I started to build my list,
Yeah,
and then it's like I was working through it, and then the rejections, they come, as happens with network marketing, and it and then that's where I got stuck. I was like, okay, so I'm getting all these rejections.
yeah,
Let me just build an event. And then I kind of got the mentality: if I build an event, people will come. Yes, some people came to the event, so it had some success within myself and the team. But then that's it. And then on the other side of it, yes, I'm doing well, but then my team is not. There's no movement with my team either.
yeah.
So it's like, what do I do? What do I do? So this is where I am now.
So AJ, just say, for example, if you needed to get 10 team members by next month, otherwise your life was on the line, how would your attitude change? Would you get those 10 team members?
Yeah, because my life is on the line.
Why? Why, AJ?
Because my life is on the line.
100%.
So if you said to me, if you don't get 10 people by next week, then I'm gonna kill you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then obviously I know I've got to get 10 people. So that it kind of makes it more imminent and more serious.
Yeah. So
Now,
Powerful phrase. Sorry to jump in there, guys. You used a powerful phrase then, AJ. You said, "I know I have to get 10 people." See that difference in that phrase? It wasn't.
yes,
I'm kind of going to recruit some people. I know, which in your mind knows what words mean. I know I have to get 10 people. So whatever the reason why is for you, hopefully you're not going to get killed. Hopefully it might be for your family, leave a legacy, financial freedom, whatever it is.
Don't worry.
You can take that same phraseology. I know I have to get 10 people.
yeah,
And
That makes sense?
and
yes, definitely.
and also I want to add on to that as well, is that you said okay, so you are capable of getting those 10 team members, but you just need to tap into that emotional state. So it's getting yourself into that emotional state, and therefore, for example, when you focus on what you can then provide for your family, if you do get X amount of people in your team, or if you build a good, strong team, it then becomes a must. And then you can tap into that same emotion that I just said to you about to getting 10 team members in a week. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's kind of like, it's really fine tuning yourself into that mindset where I don't care how many no's I get, I need yeses, and yeses are going to come. I can only get so many no's until a yes happens.
Yeah, and I used to play when I was looking for people to hear me speak. I used to play the no game. So I would only win, and I would only stop when I had got 20 no's a day. So, and what happens? Of course, you're going to get a yes along the way, but you win the game when you get 20 no's. So I'd have my list, 20 tick boxes, and yeah is a no. I'm winning. Yeah, I'm winning. And when you can flip that, your mind loves the game. When you can flip that, no, I'm not interested. I'm not interested, Jermaine. Beautiful. Bang, let's go again. Another tick, another tick, another tick. And eventually, even if you don't read any self-development books and you don't improve your communication skills, just by the laws of averages, someone's going to say yes. But improving yourself along the way, make it a game, the no game. 20 no's a day, no matter what. Tick them off, and it becomes a game, becomes fun.
Yeah, I mean, the self-development bit, that is definitely key. I mean, I've literally just spent the weekend driving up and down the country seeing family, and driving up the motorway, all we've been doing is just blasting out Les Brown,
Fantastic.
Thomas. So I'm definitely tuning my wife and my son, into these things and just making it a habit. I mean, we don't play music in the car anymore. Like, it's not even an option. Like, it's just
That's beautiful.
keep the tuning
That's
to the self-development, and just going forward with that.
Beautiful.
AJ, that's powerful. And but it's like this as well. If you ever want to learn to swim, you can read all the books on how to swim. But the best way
Yeah,
to swim is doing what?
just jumping in the pool.
Jumping in that pool. Okay, you don't have to be great to get started. You just got to start and go out there as if your family's life depends on it, because it does. When you look at the big grand scheme of things, you being successful in this business, what could it do for your family? What could you contribute to the world? And when you have that on your forefront of your mindset, you're not thinking about, oh, this person's going to say no. And then on top of that, when you know the potential in the company that you work in, the potential, the money, it's like going up to someone on the street and having £200 in your hands and going, do you want this £200? Have the same attitude, because if you believe in your opportunity, then that's it. They should be lucky to speaking to you.
I fully understand that.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
no worries, man. But it's really keeping it on the forefront of your mind. AJ, what I want you to do as well, write down that why. Put it on your bedroom wall. See it every single day of why you're getting up every single morning. Once you're in tune with that purpose, that why, I promise you, okay, you will grow a phenomenal business.
Yeah, and really feel it, but don't just see it. Really feel it, AJ, and you just watch. Just like Warren said, it'll just happen. The universe will get out your way.
Okay. I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that film. Do you know Will Smith, Pursuit of Happiness? That brother is hungry.
Yeah.
He's hungry. His boy, man. He's doing it for his boy. You know, and the success at the end of it. Take that attitude.
Yes.
Yeah, wicked, man. Thank you for coming out as well and speaking, bro.
Thank you, AJ.
Thank you, man.
No worries.
You're welcome, brother.
Thank you very much.
So, who else is going to? Josh Clark. Okay. We've got more people. Josh, put the mic on. How's it going,
Can you hear
Josh?
me? Yeah, great. How you guys doing? Loving
Yeah,
everything.
wonderful, Josh. Great to hear you, Josh.
Yeah, so my kind of situation is similar to Rory's. I'm kind of working on branding myself a lot at the moment, building my name up, and also my other business venture. But yeah, me and my wife have been doing Forever Living for about a year now, and it can kind of happen sometimes. You get a team and it can crash, and we're at the point now where we had a team of 18 people, and it's pretty much back down to zero. So we're starting again. So yeah, just any advice really to, because we've kind of burned through our closest friends, and it's just starting from scratch again. So what kind of advice would you give for that?
The beauty, Josh. Do you mind if I just start here, Warren? Is that okay?
Of course you can, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. The key thing there, Josh, is you never start from scratch. I mean, if you sat down with your wife, you took a pen each, an A4 pad each, which probably wouldn't be enough, and you write down, okay, what have we learned over the last year from those 18 people? And how will that change what we're going to do this time? It's never from scratch. So let's reframe that thought just right away, yeah? You're starting on a successful platform. Sometimes things have to fall apart so they can fall together. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
So now you've got a huge advantage of starting from a position where, okay, my closest friends, they were in it, they didn't have the why, they didn't see the opportunity, whatever I've learned about communication skills, I didn't share it with that person very well, I didn't keep that person motivated, whatever it might be. And now you can start from that mindset of, right, okay, we've learned a lot, and I know you can, Warren will probably tell you a little bit more about this now and in a few minutes, about the idea of, that standard of person you're going for. You and your wife have been in it for a year. You're going to be in it for the long haul. You've got a 5-year tenure. Whatever the plan is for you and your family, you need to enroll that type of person in the idea where that there is no burnout, there is no difficult days, there is no falling at the first hurdle. Once you've got that standard, you won't be starting from scratch. You'll be absolutely skyrocketing yourself from where you are a year from today, the 10th of January 2017. Just by making that one psychological shift, you'll be amazed.
Definitely. Yeah, great advice. I mean, I'm kind of grateful in a sense because it's taught me a hard lesson, that the people, everyone listening, if you're trying to build a team, you need to focus from like the bottom up, because you can sign someone up quickly, you can get them on board, you can cut corners, but if just work on those people closely, work with them. What I'm going to do going forward is whoever we find and they've got to be kind of dedicated. I'm not just going to pull anyone onto my team now. It's got to be someone who actually wants it and has got that work ethic, and then going to work closely with them. And instead of maybe chasing the promotion, so to speak, so pushing through everything and maybe even damaging your name and your business in the long run, just if you work ethically from the bottom up and build a stable business, I think that's the biggest lesson I learned, just working, building from the bottom. Does that make sense?
That's good.
Powerful, yeah.
That's great. Great advice, Josh. On that as well, why did you join Forever Living?
Because it was a chance for me to become financially free and to spend more time with, Tash, my other half, and just live life to the full.
How many other people would want that as well?
Everyone.
So have that on your forefront of your mind. Know why you joined, and then when you recruit,
yeah.
then it's like what? It's like therefore it's like, rather than you kind of, because a lot of people, when you're recruiting in network marketing, it feels like you're getting a better deal, but no, they're getting a better deal. And when you have that, it comes across in your body language and your approach. So now you have this amazing opportunity. Going out there, it should be now a piece of cake, because that I want to be financially free. How many other people out there want to be financially free as well?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And then also,
sorry, carry on.
I was saying, and also as well, everyone that you get in your downline, you are you're giving away your time to mentor them. So, like you were saying as well, is having that quality, people that are hungry, and you can get them to that hungry state by just saying your why and what they could have from the opportunity. Take them to where you can see, take them where their desires are, and once they can feel that, they then see the opportunity if they believe in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Perfect sense.
And
I was just going to say as well, because I've studied network marketing a lot the past year.
Yeah.
And for any of the new guys listening in today who have, maybe a month or so in, one of my biggest bits of advice would be, one of the mistakes I made was trying to reinvent the wheel. So I was looking to try and find a different angle into everything. I was creating my own planning things. So I'd get a new team member and I'd make my own way of planning. But each company, it doesn't matter what network marketing company you're in. Take Forever Living, for example. They've had a business cycle that's been going on for 37 years. So there's no need to go and create your own business cycle if you just follow because there's other people who are earning top money and all they've done is follow that business cycle. So don't try and recreate it yourself. Do exactly what they're doing, and consistently, and just stick to it, follow it, because that is, if other people can do it using that method, then there's no point in reinventing it.
I like it, Josh. Great advice.
I love it, Josh. Love it.
So yeah, Josh, thank you so much, man, for that.
Oh, that's all right.
Have you answered your question?
Thank you, Phil, your advice. Yeah, definitely. It's just start, going through it again now. So this is definitely what I needed tonight.
It's like,
and Josh, one thing, whatever thought you've had about going for it now, do something before you go to sleep to really rubber stamp on your mind that this is happening. It's not something, oh yeah, I'll start tomorrow. Whether it's a plan, obviously it might not be practical to call someone you've got in mind right now, but do something that says to your mind, yeah, I'm taking on action on it right now. Just your subconscious mind goes, okay, Josh is serious. That makes sense?
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
Thanks, Josh. Thank you, my friend.
Okay, brilliant. Cheers, guys.
Take care. Bye.
Cheers, Josh. Take care. Bye-bye.
And that's, guys, this is where the power comes from. Like Josh was saying as well, it's like you really go after it. Pick the phone up. Call those people. If they're not interested, then find out if they know someone who is interested. Get out your comfort zone. When you're in Costa, don't just get a coffee. Go and network. The more people that you ask, the more no's that you hear, the more yeses you're going to get. But you have to turn every stone. And what's going to make you turn every stone is your why, which is powerful. So you want to get the right mindset, okay? So let's talk about the reprogramming phase. So changing your belief system is changing your daily routine. So what you currently do right now is producing the results that you're getting in your life right this second. So to change 20 plus years of conditioning, you have to set a routine, which is going to brainwash you in a good way. But you set it up in your house environment, so therefore you're seeing the why. So we had Josh, we had AJ, they both got families, okay? So therefore, once you see that why on your wall, once you see the legacy, once you see that you're going to add value to millions of lives, when you see that every single day, it then becomes a belief. It becomes on the forefront of your mindset, and you can't forget about it. And then you have the affirmations, guys. Affirmations are powerful when applied with conviction and your physiology, because the subconscious mind can't reject. And when we are young and naive and easily influenced, we are accepting all of these labels who now we associate with who we are. But in fact, it was just something that you accepted when you were in school. And once you realize that, you can then start detaching all of these so-called fake identities away from you. And then you can build the belief. So if you want to be earning 5K, 10K a month in your network marketing company, you need to build that belief. You need to see it first. See it in your head first. You succeed twice. You succeed in your head in that visualization, and then you succeed in real life. Because the mind can't determine what's real and what's not real. So once you develop this routine of what you're seeing, what you're saying to yourself, the people that you are associating yourself with, and what you're doing every single day creates your reality. So wherever you think you can, wherever you think you can't, you're right. If you want to earn more, you've got to become more. The power of 21 is that it takes 21 days to create a new habit. But it must be like walking. It must be like talking. You've got to do it every single day. And then once you do it every single day, it then becomes a mentality. And then you're running subconsciously and you're doing it without even thinking. And the same works with getting prospects. The more times you take yourself outside of your comfort zone, it's going to feel awkward at first. That's a given. But I promise you, the more times that you do it, the better you'll get, but then you'll become comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. And the more people that you speak to, the luckier you get, right? What do you want to add to that, Jermaine?
Yeah, I just think this was just life-changing for me. This realization of, how amazing the subconscious mind can be, and how through repetition you can change whatever you want about yourself, about your confidence levels, about where you feel anxious, how you feel anxious, just through what you put into your mind every single day. And it really is like a muscle, guys. I mean, so it's January the 1st, the season of resolutions, and people are out there, they want to build big biceps, let's say, big arms. And they do some weight sessions for January, and then they don't go to the gym again. So by the end of 2016, do they have big arms? Of course not. The mind is like a muscle, guys. If you, like Warren says, if you put up that why, if you see it every single day, you feel it every single day, and as Warren says, you say affirmations, but you don't just say it. You don't just say, I have an amazing network marketing company. I'm so happy and grateful right now because I'm powerfully living my vision, moving myself towards and in my amazing, phenomenal network marketing company. And I just move my body then. You could probably hear it in my voice. My subconscious mind is responding. Certain chemicals are being released. And like that bicep, like that tricep, your mind will become so strong that whatever obstacle comes in your way, you go under it, over it, round it, even through it.
Oh, that's powerful.
If you've conditioned yourself to the point.
is powerful, guys, as well. Like, for example, like me and Jermaine are speaking, we associate with each other. I have every person that I speak to, they dive into their mindset, they think different. If you gather this concept and you coach it with your team, and you're all thinking from the same, and you all have the same know-how, how powerful is your downline going to be? How valuable is your team going to become? It is valuable, guys, that you invest in your mindset. You know exactly how you work it. And then you can drive that Ferrari as fast as you want, and you'll get to that destination of where you want to go. But it starts with you. The biggest investment is you. Also, as well, let's talk a little bit about goal setting. A lot of people, they start network marketing with no like exact goals. They say, I want to be rich, or I would like to have a house, buy a house and this, and it's very vague. Jermaine, explain about why it's important to be very specific about where you want to go.
So let's take this as an example, right? Let's say I went to Barcelona this time last year, and let's say I was driving to the south of France. I like this example better. Let's say I was driving to the south of France, and would I get to my hotel if I just typed the word France into my sat nav? Of course not. I'd have to type in the exact postcode, the exact address of my hotel, and my sat nav would take me to the hotel. The mind is the same. So if I say, I want more money, then someone could knock my door, give me 10 pence, and that is goal achieved. Is it not? I've got more money. But if I say, I will have in my possession an extra £500,000 on my current net worth by the 15th of January 2020, that specificity, your mind can take you there just like the sat nav. Otherwise, it'll just get lost.
That's powerful. And guys, also as well, once you have be like an architect, know the plan inside out, know exactly what you want. Okay. And most people, when they set goals, they're so realistic to society's terms. When people say think realistically, that's the one kind of society's reality. But everyone's reality is different. But I guarantee you this, okay? Like Les Brown says it as well. Like, most people fail not because they aim too high and miss. For example, I said I want to reach 1 million lives. If I don't reach 1 million lives and I aim for it and I then end up reaching 800,000 lives, it's still a lot of lives. So with that, it's like, have big goals, meaningful goals, because the bigger the goal, okay, the more urgency, the more enthusiasm that comes from you. You'll start waking up before your alarm clock, and every time you take a step closer, you're going to get a big shot of dopamine and that feeling of wow, that amazing feeling of being fulfilled. So you want to keep on chasing it, and it then becomes an addiction, a good addiction, to getting you to where you need to be. But know exactly what you want, and make it bigger than yourself, make it bigger than your family, make it like, what are you going to give back? How many lives are you going to have an impact in? How many mouths are you going to feed? And put dates on them, guys, as well. A lot of people are too afraid of putting dates on them, because in case they don't hit them, then they feel like, oh, I'm a failure. No. Failure is...
Yeah, I use...
Yeah, carry on.
Go on. Okay. I was just going to say that I use what I call a 4-wheel drive goal setting system. So it's 4 W's. What do I really want? When do I really want it by? Why do I really want it? And what must I do to get it? Get those 4 W's in place. What do you really want? When do you want it by? Like Warren says, you have to put a date on it. Why do you really want it? That's where the fire is. What do you have to do? You start doing things, then you create momentum, guys.
Powerful. Let's go to the next one. Guys, branding yourself, okay? You are bigger than the network marketing company that you're a part of. You're bigger than. The more value you add to that company, the more income that you get paid, okay? So you see a lot of people that are in network marketing, maybe they don't spend that much time in self-development, and they just post loads of spammy Facebook statuses or Twitter statuses up, and there's no value in it at all. Or you get an inbox and it's like, hey, how's it going? Did you have a good Christmas? And then after that, what do you get? You get, I think you'd be great. I think you'd be amazing for this thing, this opportunity that I have. Like, they do it all wrong. It just looks spammy. So when you add value, it's about building relationships. So adding that value of content, for example, it could be about the mindset. Add some value that people are going to read and go, oh, that's actually added value to my life. And then you'll start building trust. You won't sell anything. You won't bring anyone on board if there's no trust. And from the trust is about being consistent, true to your word, not saying, oh my God, it's amazing, you'd be amazing, not even knowing that person, and you're going, you'd be completely amazing for this. Be real, be real with them. Once you can be real with them, then you'll build that real trust. Also as well, guys, if you want your team to stay motivated, to stay with you, and you want people to buy from you, you have to learn to love people like a mother loves a child. And do you know that love there? And it's hard. Oh my God, it is hard. But what you find is that, like, it's like Red Nose Day. People watch Red Nose Day. They see all of the bad things that are happening in the world. They're crying, they're donating. A few weeks later, a few weeks after, they are then watching EastEnders and laughing again as if like nothing's happened, because they're not seeing it no more. So once you realize that everyone is on a journey, everyone goes through pain. Once you can develop that, focus on what you like in people, focus on what you like in them. When you can focus on that and it then becomes a love, it then produces oxytocin, that love, the love chemical. This is why, for example, if I meet people, I hug people. I want to build a connection with that person because I love that person. I want to add value. Like, really, guys, have value. Like really want to help them, not just for you, but help them. Come from that perception, and everything then changes. As you can see, Beyonce is in there as well. So what I'm talking about is by branding yourself is that be entertaining. Go into a room and express who you are. You then go from Forever Living, Paycation, ACN to who you are. And then your network marketing company is what you do. It's like David Beckham. Like, he could start selling Marmite and people will buy it. Not because of the Marmite, because of the person. So it's very important that you brand yourself. You're consistent. Your values are in line. And the high energy as well, guys, is contagious. If you've met me before, if you see me in a room, I've got a lot of high energy. And guess what happens? The whole room then has that high energy as well. So when you're meeting new people, bring that because it makes people feel good. So people probably want to get on board because they like your company. Jermaine, do you want to add anything on the branding yourself?
Yes, I've done some work with a couple down here in Cardiff. I think they're boyfriend and girlfriend, a husband and wife, and they've really taken this on board. The idea of branding themselves. I've done some work with the lady with some negative beliefs, but moving forward, I said to them, well, they're both such lovely, high energy people, and I actually knew the husband from many years ago, and he is the absolute salt of the earth, and he loves other human beings, and I just coached them to say, you know, they were looking for some big, crazy coaching ideas, and I said, guys, what you're doing is phenomenal. Do even more. Be even more loving. And they've built that brand based on that love, and they've got a team now within their network marketing company, you know, and they've branded the cover photo on Facebook, and they all live from the same values. And what that does, they've become that go-to, well, they're a couple, so they're a go-to couple. You know, if you were to join this particular network marketing company in our area, you would go to them because they've branded themselves in such a way where they've got that energy, they've got that love. And they really are the people that we trust as well. So, guys, what Warren says, those pictures I love. Those 7 pictures, they really do encapsulate the idea of branding yourself.
Which is powerful, guys, because people buy because of you. They buy because of you, which is that's it. At the end of the day, it's like the more you work on yourself, the more you brand yourself, the more you stand out. And when you stand out, you then become the go-to person. So when anyone wants to go on holiday, if anyone wants to buy some products to health related, they go to you. But it's about building yourself, making yourself more valuable. If you make yourself more valuable, the network marketing company that you work for will pay you more income. It's simple as that. So guys, we're going to wrap up now. But just before we wrap up, next Sunday, Next Sunday, me and Jermaine, we are in Stratford Holiday Inn, Westfield, and we have an all-day workshop. And this all-day workshop, we're going to be working on the mindset. We're going to really, it's going to be intense. We're going to go in with it. We're going to remove that fear of being judged. We're going to work on leadership skills, how to be a leader, how to kind of not just dictate, but walk the talk, building a strong downline. We're going to go into depth with that as well. Also, financial education, how to make money work for you rather than you being a slave to money. Public speaking, removing that fear of public speaking, getting you up. We're going to have 50 people here, guys, as well. So we're going to be getting you up speaking and removing all the barriers that you feel uncomfortable. So when you're talking about your company, when you're talking about your products that you're selling, you are comfortable because you're from a place where the focus is switched. You're giving value, so therefore you know that you're giving value, so therefore it's not awkward and you're comfortable. We're going to remove any fear that you've got. The last one is bulletproof confidence. So therefore you can approach prospects whenever you're out and about. How do you do it? We're going to tell you everything. It's going to be intense. If you know me, you know how much energy I've got. If you know Jermaine, you know how much energy I've got. So we're coming together, guys. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Guys, we're going to redefine what energy looks like in a room. I mean, and when you get your body in that place, both mine and Warren's styles have got that high energy style that Warren talked about. What your mind does physiologically when it takes in ideas in that state of mind, I know from personal experience. I've not something I've read in the book. I have lived it. It is so phenomenal, guys.
And guys, we're going to be doing this from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So it's a whole day. We're going to go in. We're going to go in with it. The whole session, because it's an introductory, it's the first of the kind that me and Jermaine are doing together. It's going to be £35 for the whole day, and then we're going to be doing ones in Cardiff, Birmingham, around the UK as well. So we're going to reach everywhere. This is like, we're going to chuck GoPro out of the window. This is pro go.
I love it.
But what I promise those guys, if you hang around with Eagles, if you're around like-minded people that are investing in themselves, you're only going to become more. Jermaine. Hello? Jermaine's left me again. Like, what's this about?
Hello? Sorry, I lost you again. I thought, I bet you Warren is dropping some insights here and I'm missing it.
Jermaine, for people that are listening right now and people that are listening on my channel as well, how can people find you? I've actually put your Facebook on there, but just for you to speak over it and say.
Yeah. You can on Facebook. You can. I'm happy for you to add me personally, Jermaine Harris. You'll see a photo of me and my beautiful son, and my beautiful girlfriend. Jermaine Harris Coach is my speaking business page, and Twitter is @JermaineCoach. And you get in contact with me, guys. My website is jermaine-harris.com. I love to hear your stories. Love to help in any way I can. Warren said something powerful that I actually wrote down myself. He said, "How can I help people?" And a question I've written down for myself is, how many people can I help today? So get in contact with me via any of those channels and you can be one of those people that I can hopefully help.
It's powerful, powerful. Guys, for everyone that doesn't know me, my Facebook's Warren Inspire Ryan. My YouTube channel is Warren Inspire Ryan as well. Check out my videos, guys. And also my website is www.warreninspireryan.co.uk. And yeah, guys, it's going to be phenomenal. Like, what I want to leave you with is this. 1, master your psychology. Become so effective at what you do. Study financial education so that you don't become a slave to money. Understand the different processes of how you can generate income without trading your time. Become so effective at what you do. Know your products and services inside out. Read what you're supposed to read and read beyond it. Read more than what your mentors are reading. Go that extra length because your why is so emotional that you're turning over every stone. And the last one, guys, that you're surrounded by people every single day. Start observing people. Study body language. Understand how can you cater people's needs. Come from, I need to get team members to, I want to help people. You will then portray a different energy when you want to help people. If you believe in your product or service, you know the value in it. So for myself, I want to say, Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, guys. I hope you've written everything down. If you have enjoyed this webinar, hashtag network marketing mastery webinar, and tag us both in it as well. Whatever any gold nuggets that you got from tonight's session, we'd love to know. Any feedback is great. Jermaine, do you want to say goodbye?
Yeah, guys, you are part of what I call the few who do. There are many who talk. You're sat here 10 past 11 on a Sunday night making things happen. You go out there, guys, and you act on that vision as if your life depended on it. And I got news for you guys. It really does. Thank you so much for having me.
Let's sing it out. Go, it's gonna be a
Sing it, my brother. I got a feeling.
Gonna be alright.
Sing the word.
About
yeah, man.
Take care, guys.
Beautiful. Take care, guys.
Bye.